Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. So this is phase 4 of my DC universe. It's a part of a series on my channel. I've already done phases 1, 2, and 3, and if you haven't seen that already, make sure to see it because you will not understand this video if you haven't seen the others. So I already finished phase 1, 2, and 3, and that was its own saga. It's another saga, phase 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, let's get it into the video. So the first movie of phase 4 will be Justice Society. The team will consist of Dr. Fate, specifically Kent Nelson, Carter Hall Hawkman, Hawkgirl Shira Sanders Hall, Wonder Woman, Jay Garrick Flash, Alan Scott Green Lantern, The Spectre, Dinah Drake Black Canary, Al Pratt Atom, and Wildcat. This movie is set in Earth 2, so this is kind of like a multiverse movie. This takes place during World War II. In this movie, the main villain is Vandal Savage. Vandal Savage is like a Nazi general. His plan is to overthrow Hitler and just become the leader of the world. The Justice League, they're not alone. They got some help. They got Steve Trevor, Rick Flag Sr., Sergeant Rock, and the Black Ops helping them. Vandal Savage also has people working with him. He's got Captain Nazi, White Dragon, and Baron Blitzkrieg. So next movie is Mr. Miracle. This is kind of like a pseudo sequel to New Gods. This is also going to be kind of like a prequel. This will have a lot of flashback of Scott Free, aka Mr. Miracle, and we'll see him meeting Big Barda for the first time, and we'll also see the death of the original Mr. Miracle, Thaddeus Brown. After Darkseid died in Final Crisis, Granny Goodness has now taken over Apocalypse. Granny Goodness has the female Furies working for her. She sends the female Furies to hunt down Mr. Miracle and Big Barda since she hates them and wants like revenge against them. We'll also see flashbacks to Big Barda when she was a part of the female Furies. We'll also see flashbacks of like Scott as a kid when he was growing up in Granny Goodness's orphanage. We'll have other heroes like Oberon, Ryan, Light Ray, Ted Brown, Becca, Hyman, and Metron like helping out Mr. Miracle and Big Barda. And then secondary villains in this movie will be Kanto, Vermin Wunderbar, and Dr. Bedlam. And we'll also see Darkseid in a flashback. So the next movie is Shazam, the Monster Society of Evil. This movie is about the Shazam family. Everyone has powers, like the entire family. Mr. Mind forms the Monster Society of Evil, which consists of Dr. Savannah, Mr. Atom, Ibak, King Kull, and Black Adam. Billy, he kind of doesn't really know how to be a leader. He's kind of struggling. Mr. Mind summons Sabak at the end of the movie, so the Shazam family, they not only have to fight Sabak, but also like a giant version of Mr. Mind. Like how I mentioned before that Black Adam is a part of the Monster Society of Evil because he was brought back by Mr. Mind. And at the end of the movie, Black Adam gets taken away by the government. Next movie is Doom Patrol. The team will be the Chief, Robot Man, Elasta Woman, Negative Man, Mento, Crazy Jane, Joshua Clay, and Dorothy Spinner. This movie will be rated R, and also an origin story. Mr. Nobody is going to be the main villain of the movie, and he is messing with the team's sanity. And how they defeat Mr. Nobody is by trapping him into a painting. We'll have a post-credit scene of Beast Boy joining the team. So the next movie is Nightwing, A Night in Bludhaven. Barbara Gordon, aka Oracle, will also be in this movie. She'll be kind of like a second lead. Deathstroke wants revenge against Nightwing because Nightwing defeated him at the end of like the previous like Teen Titans movie. and we'll also be introduced to Rose Wilson. The second main villain in this movie will be Tad Ryerstad, who is a narcissistic, psychopathic vigilante who calls himself Nightwing. He calls himself a hero even though he's killing innocent people. Nightwing, he sees a troubled kid. He wants to help Tad become a bit better person. Then he's just like, you know what? I gotta turn this guy in because he finds out how hateful he is and he sees him like murdering people. Deathstroke takes in Tad as his apprentice. Both of them hate Nightwing so much that they bond and like become a team. We'll also have some other villains. We'll have Tarantula, Shrike, Double Dare, Torque, Vigilante, and Black Mask. The next movie is Green Arrow, The Archer's Quest. Oliver Queen, he's going on a quest. He's joined with Black Canary, his lover, and Hal Jordan, his best friend. Oliver and Dinah get married, and we also find out that Green Arrow has a son named Connor Hawk. We also get introduced to Mia Durden and Naomi Singh. The main villain of this movie is Onomatopoeia. He wants to try to kill Connor Hawk, but Oliver, Dinah, and Hal, they stop him. We'll also get other heroes in this movie, like Jon Stewart, Wildcat, Martian Manhunter, Hawkgirl, Metamorpho, and Aquaman. Next movie is Blue Beetle. After the death of Ted Kord, a teenager named Jaime Reyes, he finds the scarab, which, it grafts onto him and it turns him into the Blue Beetle. And if you've seen my Phase 2 video on the series, you know that there's a Blue Beetle TV show. And this movie is kind of a continuation of the TV show. Blue Beetle comes into conflict with a mob boss known as Ladama, the main villain of the movie. Jaime, his two best friends in this movie will be Paco Testas and Brenda Del Vecchio. We find out that Ladama is actually Brenda's aunt, and she tries to turn her against Jaime. In the third act, Ladama becomes Lady Styx. Secondary villains in this movie will be Carapax, Devil Dog, and Anubis. Mid-credit scene will tease the return of Ted Kord, and the post-credit scene will tease Paco becoming Blood Beetle. Next movie is Supergirl, Legion of Superheroes. Kara Zor-El, or Supergirl, gets transported to the future by the Legion of Superheroes. The Legion of Superheroes, there will be Brainiac 5, Cosmic Boy, Lightning Lad, Saturn Girl, Bouncing Boy, and Chameleon Boy. She decides to join the Legion when she finds out that the reason why they brought her to the future was because they needed help to take down the main villain of this movie, Vril Dox, who is the clone son of Brainiac. Brainiac 5 will be a love interest for Supergirl. After they defeat Vril Dox, Supergirl decides, you know what? I'm gonna stay in the future and be a member of the Legion of Superheroes. Next movie is Teen Titans, The Terror of Trigon. You probably already know who the villain of this movie is. It's Trigon, like obviously from the title. The team is now Nightwing, Arsenal, Wonder Girl, Raven, Cyborg, Calderam, Jaime Reyes, Bumblebee, and Jarek. Trigon has been unleashed. He wants to take over the world. Trigon, he's the father of Raven, and in this movie he tries to corrupt Raven's soul. Trigon wants Raven to be evil and take over the world, but Raven's like, nah, I'm a superhero. We also get a conflict between Roy and Dick, where Roy's like, I could be a better leader than Dick. And like he gets into a fight with him. We'll also have a brief appearance of the Fearsome Five. In this movie, there will be a cult that worships Trigon. Cult is led by none other than Brother Blood. And at the end of the movie, Raven sacrifices her life to kill Trigon, so it's kind of a bittersweet ending. After Raven dies, the team decides to disband. So the next movie is called Flash, the fastest man alive. In Final Crisis, Barry died. Wally West is now the new Flash. He's like, how am I gonna be just like him? But at the end of the movie, he learns to be more confident in himself. He will also have a mentor in Jay Garrick. So the main villain of this movie is Mirror Master, but not the original Mirror Master. There's a new Mirror Master, Evan McCulloch. He forms a new version of the Rogues, which consists of the second Trickster, Axel Walker, the second Captain Boomerang, Owen Mercer, Abracadabra, Top, and Dr. Alchemy. The Pied Piper, he's reformed and he's an ally to Wally West. The love interest in the movie is going to be Linda Park. At the end of the movie, Wally's like, why do I need this secret identity? And he just reveals to the world that he is the Flash. The last film in this phase is Green Lantern, the First Lantern. I want to give a big shout out to Superframe, a YouTube channel that you should check out. He kind of does what I do. Like he did it first where he makes his own DC universe. He has his own series on like how he'd do a Green Lantern saga. I basically just stole everything from him. I want to give him credit because I just based off like what he did for his Green Lantern movies to like that's what I'm doing. Kind of like the exact same movies. So I just want to give credit to him because that's who I got the idea for the Green Lantern movies for. Big thing about this movie is it'll be the first Green Lantern movie with the four main Green Lanterns, Hal, John, Guy, and Kyle. Krona unleashes Volthoom, who is the first Lantern, to destroy the Guardians. We'll also get flashbacks to like the creation of the first Lantern. This movie does a big part in showing us the dark side of the Guardians. William Hand will be an important part in this movie. This movie will set up the next movie, which is Blackest Night. In this movie, we'll learn that the power of every emotion, like green, yellow, red, blue, pink, indigo, orange, they can combine together to form the White Lantern. In the post-credit scene of the movie, William Hand sees Necron. This will tease him becoming Black Hand for the next movie. So that's all the movies done. Let's talk about TV shows. So we'll get a Catwoman show, an animated series of the Green Lantern Corps. This will be all canon. Green Lantern, it could be like DC's Star Wars. If we do like a Green Lantern animated series, it could be like Green Lanterns, like Clone Wars. The next show, it's about Themyscira, and we'll also get a Zatanna show. Next show is Animal Man, and the last show is Suicide Squad. So that is it for Phase 4 of the DCU. Phase 5, that will be coming soon.